Hi everyone, it's Alicia with Pretty Much Me, and today I'm going to show you how to do a quick and easy newborn crochet hat. Okay, to start off, we are going to make a slip knot. So we're going to make our yarn look like the breast cancer awareness ribbon. Yarn that crosses in front, we're going to pop through from behind. Put it right through that loop, and it makes an adjustable or a slip knot. I'm going to put it on the end of my crochet hook. This is worsted weight yarn, and this is a size G crochet hook. We are going to chain 4 stitches. So to chain, we wrap from back to front. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to join this stitch into the first chain stitch here to make a little loop. So to join, you put your hook into that first stitch, you wrap, pull through 1, pull through 2. So now we have a little circle here that we're going to work in. This is the top of the hat. We're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we're going to work 14 double crochets into this same stitch. So double crochet is wrap around, go into the circle, pull up a loop, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. So again, yarn over, put your hook into that circle, grab a loop, wrap, pull through 2, wrap, pull through 2. So we're going to keep doing this around until we have our 14 stitches. Okay, let's count and see where we are. We don't count that first chain, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have 3 more to go. I always crochet around the tail so that I don't have to weave it in later. One of the many benefits of crochet. Save that little step. Alright, so once you've gotten your 14 double crochets in your chain 3, we're going to join, and we're going to join in the top of the first double crochet, not into this chain. So we're going to join here to the first double crochet. So to join, we wrap, pull through 1, pull through 2, and now we're going to work row 2 or round 2. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I'm only going to show you round 2 because round 2 and round 3 are actually exactly the same. These are both increase rounds, and so they're worked exactly the same, they just have more stitches. So they'll look exactly like this one. So the first step is to do a double crochet right into that same stitch right here, right where that chain is. We're going to yarn over, go into that stitch, pull up a loop, wrap through 2, wrap through 1. We're going to do a single double crochet, just one double crochet into that next stitch. Yarn over, 1 right into here, and then we're going to work 2 double crochets into the next stitch. So yarn over, go into that stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Do that a second time. So you've got your 1, then 2. So we're going to work that pattern, 1 double crochet, then 2 double crochets, all the way around until we've increased all the way around. So for the newborn hat, you don't need many stitches. It's actually going to be pretty small. It's one of the reasons I did it this way. It's pretty quick and easy. There's only 11 rounds total. Usually I can make one of these in about 15 or 20 minutes if I really bookend around. So again, I just worked a single, so I'm going to work 2. And if you lose track or forget what you're doing, you can stop and check and just pull it apart and say, oh, I did 1 here, and now we just did 2 here. Do 1 in this one, 2 in this next one. All right, 1, then 2. This entire hat, except for the last round, is just plain double crochet. And the very last round, it gives a little edging. It's optional, and it is with front post and back post double crochet, which I'll show you. Okay, so you might think you don't have any stitches left here, but we just ended with a 1. We don't want to end with a 1, we want to end with a 2. So for this particular pattern, we're actually going to work our last 2 stitches into the base of this chain here. So we're going to work our last 2 right in there. So we're going to yarn over, put my hook in right here, pull up a loop, yarn over, and yarn over. One more in there. All right, and then we're going to join. Again, we don't join in that chain, we join in that first double crochet just like we did before. Yarn over, pull through, and then 1, 2, 3, we work. This is round 1, we just did round 2. I'm going to do round 3, and that's exactly the same. Bear with me, I'll get around and then we'll get on with the rest of the hat. Almost back around. This is going to be the end of round 3, and again we're going to want to work our last 2 double crochets into the base of that chain stitch. So it's going to look like we're done here with our single, but we're not. We have to work 2 more right in there. You always have to end these increase rounds with 2. All right, so with the end of round 3, 1, 2, 3, we're going to join just like we've been joining into that top of that double crochet, pull through. And then rounds 4 through 7 are all worked exactly the same as what I'm about to do. So I'm going to show you this round 4, but then I want you to work 4 through 7 exactly the same way. So I'm just going to show you this one round, and then I'm going to skip ahead to round 8. Round 4 looks like this. 1, 2, 3, chain up 3. We're going to double crochet into that base of the chain, that first stitch again, and then we're going to work one single double crochet into each one. So 1 double crochet into each stitch. We're not increasing, except at the very end we are actually going to work an additional stitch in. So 4, 5, 6, and 7, we're going to increase those rounds just by 1 stitch. Just gives a nicer shape to the hat. It's a more gradual dome shape. And then when we get to rounds 8 through 11, we won't be increasing any further. We'll just work those evenly. So again, I'm not doing 2 stitches in any of these. I'm just doing 1 double crochet in each of these stitches around, yarn over in the stitch, pull up, yarn over through 2, through 2. And the only real instruction on this round is at the end when you're joining, so just bear with me and get through. So these hats are great. We were measuring how much yarn we needed. We were weighing them, and you need less than an ounce of worsted weight yarn to work one of these hats, whether it's knit or crocheted. I have a knit pattern in video as well if you're a knitter, not a crocheter, so we have options. And if you go to Click It for Babies, there's a website, and I'll put the link that into the comments and description of this video, so that if you're interested in learning more about raising awareness against shaken baby syndrome and give new parents the information they need, you can check that out. Very important campaign. So we're nearing the end. I'm going to work here. Looks like, again, like we have 1 stitch left. We're going to work into that stitch. And as we were doing before, I want to work another stitch into that base of that chain. So that's what makes rounds 4 through 7 a little different. We're going to yarn over, go into that base of that chain, and that's going to be our final double crochet for these rounds. We're going to join into that top right here, top of that double crochet, pull through, and then we've just completed round 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to go ahead and work 5, 6, 7, and then I'll be right back with you guys. So I'm just about at the end of round 7. You can see I have 3 more stitches to go. I'm gonna work 1, 2, and then this is the last time we're going to do this. We're going to do a double crochet into that last stitch, that chain right here, and then join that top of that double crochet. So now for rounds 8 through 10, these rounds are the same. We're going to do almost the same thing where we're going to do 1 double crochet in each stitch around. The difference is that we're not going to work that final extra double crochet into the base of the chain stitch. So I'll show you what that looks like. Again, we start with a 1, 2, 3, chain 3. We double crochet into that same stitch. We work 1 double crochet in each stitch around. And then once we get to the beginning, again, we just won't work that extra stitch. We have enough to, we're at the size we want. We don't want to increase anymore. And so this is round 8. We're going to work 8, 9, and 10 the same way. So I'm going to work round 8 with you, and then I'm going to skip ahead to when I'm starting round 11, because 8, 9, and 10 are exactly the same, just like this one right here, which again, I'm working my way almost to the end of round 8. So round 8, we have 2 more stitches. This right here is going to be our last stitch, and we're not going to work into this base of the chain this time. So we're going to end here, we're going to join to that double crochet, and that's the difference between 1, 2, 3, the increase rounds and the no longer increasing. So round 9, I just started. I'm going to work my way around. I'm going to do that for round 10, and then I'll be back and we'll show you how to finish with a nice edging for round 11. Okay, I'm about to finish round 10. I've got 1 more stitch here. And when we join up rounds 8, 9, and 10, we don't work in that stitch where the chain is, we just join up with this double crochet here. Now, technically, if you really wanted your hat to be done, it could be done here. But I really like to work a little edging on this, and I think it really gives some character and some nice design to the hat. So we're going to work front post and back post double crochets. To start, you chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're going to prepare to work a double crochet. So we wrap our yarn over our hook. So for a front post double crochet, you take your hook, and instead of going in this V here, instead of going in that stitch, you're actually going to go around the post, which is this part. You're going to wrap your yarn, you're going to go around the post, wrap your yarn through, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. Now I'm going to do that again and again, so hang with me for a while. So this is a front post double crochet, and then I want this to look like a ribbing for the edge, so I'm going to alternate between front post, and this next one's going to be a back post crochet. So this is the post of the stitch that I'm talking about, this is the top. We're not working into that V of the stitch, we're working into the post, or around the post rather. So for this one, you wrap around and then you come from behind. So back post, from behind, you put your hook right around that post, you pull up a loop, yarn over through 2, yarn over through 2. And you can see one sits in front, the front post, and the one sits in back, the back post. So I'm going to wrap, I'm going to do a front. So the way I remember it is that the front post, your hook comes in through the front, like this, and a back post, your hook comes in from the back. It's the same stitch, it's just the positioning of your hook changes and it makes the stitch change. So we're going to wrap, we did a back, we're going to do a front around that post, and now we're going to do a back. So wrap around, maybe now this yarn's lighter, it would be easier to see, around the back. I find it helps to fold it and pinch it a little bit. You can kind of give yourself some visual about where to pull it. I remember when I first started doing this, it was hard for me to understand how I was getting my yarn through. And when I pinched it, I was better able to see how I could achieve that. So that was a back one. Now we're going to work a front post and a back post. Round from behind. And now we need a front, so yarn over from the front, go around that post of the stitch, Yarn over from behind. Here we go. And again, like I said, this is optional, but it gives a nice finished look to the hat and some additional stretch if the baby's head is small. And the parents have the option of rolling up the brim a little bit if it's a little too long, which is nice. We just worked a front. Now we're going to work a back post double crochet, and now we're going to do front and back, and you're going to alternate this all the way around. So we're almost at the end here. We have 1, 2, 3 stitches left. So we need to end with a back post, and we're here at a back post. So if I did it individually, I would be front, back, front, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to work 1 front post in this stitch, and then I'm actually going to back post crochet these 2 stitches together. And what that means is I'm just going to wrap around like this. I'm going to come from behind, and I'm going to go around both posts, both stitches at the same time. That way the pattern stays even. All right, and so the hat's finished now. We're just going to join it here at the top of that first one. You run through, and there you have it. You have your beautiful little newborn hat, and it's a little tough to see with the dark colors, but that little front and back post crochet gives you a ribbing that's really nice on the hat. So I hope you'll give it a try. It's a fun little project, and it's for a great cause. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.